usually hate fruit juice or anything quite so American, Mrs. Calvert, but here it is. Oh. Are you feeling any better? How's your leg?
Oh, you mustn't go to any trouble.
Oh, Lord, please, you don't have to be polite.
This is a lovely old room, Mrs. Egan.
This old four-poster was my idea. Of course, I know it's just a fake. This whole place is a mess. How do you make these old beamy houses look right anyway? Do you bring out the beams or do you suppress them?
My son's house is very modern.
Isn't it awful? I don't understand you at all. We've been here for a year and a half, and I still can't understand half of what people say. God knows after living in Canada for a year, British speech ought to be easy. But I guess in Victoria, they're just so British that it... I just hope you can understand me when I say again and again, thank you. Thank you.
How's Amanda?
I'm keeping Mandy in bed today. Anyway, that's such an awful school that I just try to find every excuse I can to keep her at home. But she won't learn anything here but what she learns there. Honestly, I think the primary school would have been better, but once Timbo digs his heels in, that's
I don't want to stay in my bed, Mommy. I want to get into her bed.
Oh, all right. You go ahead.
But I can't with that awful heavy old tray.
No, Mandy, that's rude. Mrs. Calvert hasn't finished her breakfast yet.
She has too.
Yes, really, I have. All I can manage.
All right, we'll try again later.
Wasn't it awful? The crash of thunder. And weren't we scared?
Yeah.
You've got a very nice face.
Now, Mandy, that's personal and silly. Oh, I don't mean silly, Mrs. Calvert. How awful. You do have a very nice face. Not that anybody would say Mandy's life would have a bad face, but now we're talking about Mandy as if she wasn't worth saving, which she is, too.
Oh.
What's wrong?
Yes, since I was kissed like that.
Well, we just want you here whenever you can come. And stay the night, of course, if you want to.
Well, that's very kind of you, but my home's so near, you know. Then I have all my family to think of.
Well, they didn't seem to be falling all over themselves last night.
Oh, well, Captain Calvert's no longer young, so he couldn't come all this way to collect me, and I expect my son Harold was out. He's very active with this Good Child's Meadow business.
Good Child's Meadow? Oh, Lord.
Why, do you know about it?
Look, I'm sure they wanted you to come, but they just knew it was better for you to rest here for the night. And they were right, too.
Well, she can't rest much while you keep talking to her, Mommy.
God in heaven, she never used to be like that. Now, don't be rude, Mandy. Anyway, right now I ought to be making a whole raft of sandwiches. They're spraying, and that makes Timbo really hungry. Do you know they've got 10 men out there doing that spraying? Isn't that the British for you? You'd think they were spraying the whole state of Kansas instead of a few hundred acres of whatever it is. Do your men like French dressing?
Oh, you mustn't make anything for them, please.
They ask themselves for around lunchtime, your husband and your son.
Oh, well, they shouldn't have. My son has to come and fetch me then because he's working, but could have set a taxi.
What? To fetch his wounded mother from a strange house, that would have looked well. How are those lesions, by the way?
Lesions?
Those cuts on your thigh.
Oh, they're all right, but you shouldn't have cooking for my family after all the trouble.
Now, look, for the husband and the son of the woman who saved Mandy's life, I would stay up all night baking cookies from now until Thanksgiving. Now, you just yell if there's anything you want, anything at all.
Guess we can talk now. Making sandwiches. That's all she does, that and salad dressing. There isn't enough here for her to do.
Oh, there's always enough for a farmer's wife to do, Mandy.
How do you know?
Oh, I was born on a farm. My mother never stopped working. There were always jobs.
Like what?
Well, like the pig swill to mix.
If you mean hogs, we don't have them.
Then there were the eggs to collect. That was a regular old hide and seek, and they had to be washed.
I should hope so, but that's all done by the graders. Anyway, what do you mean hide and seek?
Well, we never knew where they'd lay. I remember one old brown hen. She'd lay as like as not in the nettles one week, and then, just when we got used to that, she'd lay in the hen house to fool us.
Were they loose? Do you mean they went round the place as they pleased?
Yes, they ran all over the farm.
Oh, well, ours don't. What else?
Well, there was the milking and the separating and filling the churns, and then...
Are you still talking? Oh, I didn't mean you, Mrs. Calvert. I mean Mandy. You know, it's getting on for 11:45.
Oh, dear, I haven't talked so much for years. They'll be here soon. I'm not dressed. I'm not even up.
Well, what of it? I suppose they can drink scotch and wait the same as other men. Now, come on, Mandy. You get up and let Mrs. Calvert get dressed.
Hey, Mommy, do you know all the things she did when she was little?
No, dear. You can tell me this evening.
Oh, let me tell you some of them now, please.
looking much brighter.
Oh, I don't think I've ever been so happy, but I mean...
I'll only tell you the ones beginning with G. Gleaning, and grandmother's steps, gargling with salt and water, and goose feather plucking, and playing gooseberry.
Playing gooseberry? Now, I'm sure Mrs. Calvert never did that.
Oh, well, yes. I'm afraid I did once. It was when Captain Calvert was first courting me. There was another girl, an Irish girl. She was walking out with a Canadian. Oh, he was very good looking, but he talked big. I'm afraid some of those Canadians turned out to be bad lots. Anyway, we were all going out together, and then Arthur had one of his bad turns. Arthur doesn't believe me to this day.
Joe?
Come on up, Timbo.
It's 12:30, darling. What's happening about lunch?
Lord, I've been here 45 minutes. Come on up, Timbo.
Is that all right, Mrs. Calvert?
Come on in, Daddy.
Of course it's all right. You don't think I'd tell you to come up if it wasn't.
Well, it is Mrs. Calvert's bedroom.
Come on in.
Timbo, and you bandaged your thighs last night. I don't know. The minds of the British.
Oh, that was professional.
I was professional. Wouldn't you just know, Mrs. Calvert, that he once taught school? Yep, that's what he was doing when I first met him. Gems master at a boys' public school in Victoria. He was so British. Thank the Lord his aunt died and left him this place so he could quit. Now, I don't say that I'm crazy about Britain, but Victoria... And I used to think Vancouver was bad when the engineering firm sent Dad up there. But Victoria, oh, boy. No, I guess if it can't be home, it may as well be Murrell Farm.
Oh. Now you've had your piece, I'll say mine. I was rather glad, too. Teaching little boys is a disgusting job. They smell so.
For heaven's sake, Timbo, you do something terrible to Mandy, putting her off boys.
I don't think little boys smell, Daddy. At least there is one boy at school, Marcus Campkin, whose shoes smell a bit. He smells like...
We don't want to hear how Marcus Campkin smells, Mandy. Now, you get on down and get lunch ready, Shirl. You're a slattern. And you get back to your own bed, Mandy. If you're well enough to come into someone else's room, you're a double slattern to be in your nightgown.
Off we go. Oh, and Mrs. Calvert's son who's coming to pick her up teaches smelly little boys, darling.
Oh, Lord, have I said the wrong thing? Well, I'm sure it isn't at all the same kind of teaching, is it, Mrs. Calvert?
Don't worry about Harold. He often laughs at himself.
Laughs at himself? Whatever for? Oh, yes, I see what you mean. And Mrs. Calvert thinks the Canadians are a bad lot, too, darling.
Oh.
Oh, Shirl's determined to make mischief between us, Mrs. Calvert. But don't worry, I won't be Canadian much longer. Back to British in 3 months' time.
Well, it was only in the Great War, and I'm sure that was only a noisy few.
No. After saving Mandy's life, you have carte blanche to mean anything you like.
Oh, to come and land myself like this, and then to say things. I didn't know that you were... Oh, what a thing for a guest to say.
Look, Mrs. Calvert. Get this clear. Shirl and Mandy both like you. As far as I'm concerned, that's all that matters. It's the only criterion I make for guests in this... Don't take our banter to heart.
Oh, God, they're here.
Shirl! We're very pleased to see Mrs. Calvert's family.
Of course we are. It's just
Well,
that
then
nothing's... Oh, shut up and go on down and talk to them. What should I say if they want to come out?
I say that I'm all right and that I'll be down very soon.
Okay.
They want to come up, really, darling. They're a family, not the plumber.
Well, they may as
Don't
well have been the
spoil
plumbers
it,
last
Harold.
night.
Don't spoil it.
This old magistrate
Crucial
code
importance
looked down his
of
spectacles at me and
multi-status
said,
housing to
"You
ensure
are
the,
pure,
so to speak, comprehensive fostering of the New Town
idea
idea."
to me, but you've done a deed
like a
of
Scotch?
great bravery.
Oh, yes, thank you.
You know, the airs these
His
fellas
hisses
give
and
themselves
smoke
are
too, wasn't
like
there?
Yes,
But
dear.
when he was being
Very,
struck
very
by
fine.
lightning, there was
Because
only
it never
flame.
does,
That's
my
what
dear.
he said.
Never argue with the law, especially if your case is a bit on the
Hello.
weak.
Concoction, you know. It's,
Sylvia,
Oh, God, I'm going to like it. Well, they're in the quiet. Some people don't like it.
Thank God you're safe.
Welcome.
Sit down, love.
Thanks a lot.
oh, I never want to go through another night of anxiety like last night, thank you very much. But I'll be all right now, don't worry.
One cannot compromise on the fundamentals.
Your mother...
Oh, Mother. So you're a heroine, eh? I'm very glad of it. Very glad.
Yes, I'm all right now, Harold. Mr. Egan bandaged...
Do you realize, Mother, that Egan leases Good Child's Meadow. I've just been trying to tell him what an important chap he is.
Harold, no.
Committee's been trying to get hold of him for months.
He doesn't seem very pleased to see her, does
Mandy.
We'd hope, the committee, that is, to get him along to a meeting, but these farmers are so busy. However, as he's on our side anyway.
Oh, that's it.
We're forcing the ministry to have a public inquiry, you know.
Oh, you're those people.
Look, let me freshen your drink, huh?
Oh, yes. That Carshall people should have good farmland, well farmed, running through the centre of their conurbation lies at the basis of everything the New Town stand for.
Here you are.
Oh, thanks.
Well, if sincerity can raise mountains, huh?
Remove, or better still, level.
Our neighbours, the county, and the farmers don't seem so keen on Carshall New Town.
County, aren't they ghastly?
Well, I am not devoted to them as a class, but I'd like to stress the more positive aspects. The artificial division between town and...
Well, look, I think I'd better make this clear. I'm applying to renew my lease of Good Child's Meadow through pure sentiment, and not my own sentiment either, my aunt's. Well, the land had been in her family for centuries, and when the new town came along, it nearly broke her heart. Good Child's Meadow survived on the plan, but on lease, and she clung to it. Well, it seems absurd, but well, I understand how she felt. And so I'm willing to offer a piece of good land from here for the buildings in place of Good Child's Meadow, which, by the way, is only passable grazing land. It's quite insane, but, well, it makes up for all sorts of bad conscience, which is my own personal affair. And even if I don't win the appeal, I'll have done my best.
Well,
I don't think anybody could say fairer than that.
I mean, it's been impossible to get in touch with these people before. I can't feel even now Egan's as strong a support as I'd like. But with your influence, we're glad to have you back safe and sound, mind you.
Pretty child, that, but spoiled. And why the hell they had to toast the sandwiches, I can't think.
That's the American way, Arthur.
They're Canadians, actually, Mother.
Well, dear, Miss Egan is, but Mrs. Egan comes from the United States, I believe.
I suppose so.
Well, my good effect, brother. Still, no, because he had you the wrong side of the stage. Start that second scene.
Hello, Duchess. Brings you to this humble hostelry.
Mr. Corney, isn't it?
Wilf Corney, none other.
Harold and the family are giving me a birthday party, Mr. Corney. We've been out for a Chinese meal.
Super. Birthday, eh? Sweet 16 and never been kissed.
65, I'm afraid.
65 and still alive. Oh dear, what have I said? Never mind, you'll be all right next time. 66 and out for kicks.
Oh dear, too late for that, I'm afraid. There's life in the old girl yet. Are you going to East Sea again this year, Mr. Corney?
No, we're going to Cannes. At least I hope we are.
We?
Ray and another young chap. Hasn't he said anything? It's funny, that's the third year running. Never so gay in Cannes. Just the place for three bachelors gay.
Oh, well, there you are. All you young people. I've never been out of England. Oh, Ray and Mark are over there with the youngsters. Go and join them.
Well, no. I don't know any of Ray's posh friends, here or in London.
Oh, of course you do. Oh, that's Priscilla White, and that's Terry Knowles, that tall, dark, good-looking boy there. He played Ray's friend in Look Back in Anger. They were very good together.
So I hear.
Didn't you see it then?
Oh, no. No, much too highbrow for me. I'm Ray's low friend, you know.
Well, let's both go over and tell them.
And it seems that in the County Educational Committee's opinion, my misguided zeal over Good Child's Meadow threatens to undermine much of the...
Here's the Duchess's birthday party.
15 years that I've been...
That's it, Wilf. We're all blown out from Chen Fu's rice.
What do you have, Muriel?
Did you see Fu Yang Dan? That's the one I go for.
Have a cigarette, Gran.
You know, Pris, I still think Dad got it wrong in the third act when you came back, when he had me right upstage.
Such goings on.
Come on, Gran, I can see Dad holding forth again. Poor Grandad looks bored to tears.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thanks a lot. How much do I owe? 13 and 6, please.
Excuse me, anyway. Is he going on?
I just thought you'd like to know that Pete was here.
I'm awfully glad you were able to get along for a drink, Jeff, even though you couldn't make the meal. You're very difficult people to get hold of with the social life you lead, you know.
Don't look at me, Harold. Look at her ladyship. She's the one who carts us off every night on these soup and fish larks. I told her the other day, what we bought a house with 2 lounges for, I don't know. I'm a simple stay-at-home chap, you know, underneath the mask.
Well, what a mask? Look at the pouches he's getting under the eyes.
Hey, what about all these poker nights, then, Jeff? You're at home then?
We haven't had a poker game for over a month.
He's a very good fighting man, your chink, you know. We had a few labour-saving battalions in Flanders, didn't we?
Oh, I must have misunderstood. Dad'll miss the poker games, though, especially since the Cranstons have turned so funny.
I shouldn't criticise Reenie and Jack too much if I were you, Harold. I'm sure the remedy lies in Captain Calvert's own hands.
Once bitten, twice shy. I'm not starting that poker game up again. Not even if the captain's famous dividends start paying. What is it? Tin mines in Tooting or copper in Camberwell? I always forget.
Calvert's perfectly right, he said. It's the Chinese philosophy. It's all in Confucius. That's their equivalent of Jesus Christ, you know.
No, I didn't know, old man. We're not all as full of information as you know.
Well, you know now, don't you, my friend? He was a very just man, the CNC, you know. I always got on very well with him.
Oh, yes, we know. You and Kitchener were like that. Swap marbles as kids.
I'm afraid your knowledge of the war that made the world safe for you is a bit deficient. Kitchener was dead. He'd been drowned by Lloyd George in 16.
Oh, I say, we are going back to school. Don't forget Jeff's only a common Cockney boy.
Dead? That wouldn't have stopped him, would it? So many of your pals had done their best work when they were dead. The captain was telling us last month what he did for Bonner Law in the general strike. So I looked up this Bonner Law bloke. Well, if he was in the general strike, he must have looked a nasty mess. He'd been in his grave 4 years.
No sense of humour, eh, Arthur?
What you got?
I've been hearing big things of you, Mark. Old Mackie tells me you're one of the white hopes of Electro-Nitrico.
Well, he won't much longer. Don't think I'm stopping there.
You've moved out of the house, Mark. Don't say you're leaving the district as well.
Maybe. I've almost made up my mind to join the Hunger Relief Committee. Perhaps in one of the North African countries.
Good God, Mark, is that what your friends, the Foresters, have encouraged you to do? Let Jimmy Forrester go, but if people like you, trained technicians, give up, we won't have any surplus with which to feed hungry Africa. For God's sake, man, where's your logic?
He's only taking after you, Harold. Mark's an idealist. You oughtn't to be so down on him.
I don't know whether Harold's the best example for him, though. No offence, Harold, but you do let things run away with you. At the moment, for example, you're being an awful bloody fool over this meadow business, in my opinion.
Now, Jeff, you know you promised me not to bring that up. Anyway, it's confidential.
Confidential? What is confidential?
Well, the truth is, Harold, the school governors are getting concerned about your quarrel with the New Town Development Board. And although I try to
It has nothing to do with the governors, what I do in my spare time. This is a matter of personal conviction.
No, Harold, it's nothing to do with rights and wrongs. It's simply a question of your own future, Harold. You're tops as headmaster. Everybody knows that. But nobody's indispensable. Apart from anything else, think what a loss it'd be to Carshall if they moved you.
Goodchild's Meadows, a cause on which Beth felt very strongly.
Mother wouldn't have wished you to risk your job, Dad.
How little you know your mother, Ray. She'd never have given in to common blackmail.
Look after your job, my boy.
Get your priorities right.
I don't want anyone's advice. Thank you very much. If nobody believes in principle any longer, I do.
And people ask why I left home.
My glass is empty.
Then you'll have to fill it, won't you? Well, I'm glad Beth isn't alive for this. It would have killed her.
I thought you'd want to know right away. It's certain now that Goodchild's Meadow will be developed as a medium-priced housing estate.
Over my dead body.
Oh, Harold, dear.
We must arrange a public meeting. That's it. Yes, that's it.
It's already on, Harold.
What?
Well, I knew how you'd feel. So before I came here, I persuaded Herbert Raven to agree to the protest meeting.
Jolly well done.
Not that I believe it'll make a damn bit of difference, but we'll see. I shall take the chair, and Herbert Raven will kick off for our side. Now, here's what you won't like. You won't speak.
What? Rubbish. I shall say whatever I choose. It's a public meeting.
Well, for your own sake, you won't speak from the platform, and I shan't call you from the floor.
Now, look here.
The Education Committee have been on to me again. They're worried stiff, with some reason. And that bitch Lorna Milton's seen to it the tongues have wagged. The committee says they've written to you again.
The committee have behaved abominably after all my years of service. They've even stooped to veiled threats.
Oh, Harold, dear.
You stay out of this, Mother, will you?
Now, don't bully your mother, Harold. She feels as I do. We can't see a brilliant man muck up his career out of obstinacy.
There's some boxing on the telly, Harold. Can't we have it on?
No.
Well, what's up with you? I mean, it won't do anything. There's one bout I really want to see.
I wonder if you've ever had a thought in your life that ever went further than your own little ego.
Don't you speak to me like that. I've been kicked around enough as it is.
I shall speak exactly as I choose. I provide you with a roof over your head. You come here, quarrel with all my friends, borrow money from me, and God knows what. It doesn't seem to occur to you that somebody else will have to pay for it all. My name is Mount now in this town. I'm not even considered suitable to speak from a public platform.
You'll be ashamed later, Harold, to have spoken to your father like that.
Really, Harold, fancy talking to the poor old chap like that as if he had anything to do with it. Don't worry, Captain. Harold doesn't know what he's saying.
You stay out of my family business, Muriel.
Oh, don't be such a pompous ass. You'll be grateful to me one day for having saved your job for you.
Just try and stop me speaking at that meeting. That's all. Good night.
Well...
Thank you very much, Mrs. Bartley.
It's nothing, Mrs. Calvert. Fat lot of use I've been. You ought to get him to see a doctor, though.
I wish I could. I can't talk to him. Don't think anybody can. This Good Child's Meadow business has made him impossible.
Harold, I didn't mean him, silly bugger. Pardon my language. No, I meant the old man. He looks terrible.
No, but Harold, I don't understand him anymore. Now that Mark's gone to stay with his friend and Judy's in France, I can't cope with him.
Where's Sunshine, then?
Ray? That's another thing. Ray didn't come home from work last night, and he hasn't been home today. I don't know whether he's telephoned Harold or what.
It'll all sort itself out, Mrs. Calvert, you see. Ray often stays over in London for that fabrics business. Just you relax and look after the old man. And Harold will soon get things in perspective. You'll see. Well, I'll see myself out.
Goodbye, Mrs. Bartley.
She gone? Good. Damn treachery. I shall intervene from the floor. They're not going to gag me.
And Mandy talks a lot about you and your childhood. It's part of her campaign not to be an only child. It's being back at that school again.
You know, I didn't have a very happy childhood. I don't know how Mandy came to get that impression. I suppose I didn't want her not to like the tales I told her. You see, we were very poor. Father's was a small farm, bad land, and then he drank and beat us. Oh, I suppose they were both disappointed, he and Mother, but being the eldest, I got the brunt of it. But you mustn't think I lied to the child.
I'd rather she didn't know. Oh, I know children have to have a lot of roughage in their food, but I think there's time enough for all the other kind of roughage later on. Weren't you ever happy as a kid?
Oh, it wasn't as bad as all that. Yes, it was pretty bad sometimes. Except I spent one wonderful happy morning. A lady took rooms and came to stay for a holiday with a little girl called Mara. She seemed very grand. Feel free, she used to say to me. Do something different.
Right.
Trouble is, I thought she meant it. One hot morning, let me see, 1911 that would be, a real scorcher of a summer. Me and the little girl went out for a walk. Well, feel free. I took off some of my clothes, lost my straw hat, the child cut herself, and Mother was very put out, decided to leave. My father...
Yes?
He gave me a proper bum basting.
A what?
He beat me with his strap till I was blooded.
Mrs. God.
All comes back to me sometimes. And do you know that when I think about it now, think of my mother asking me why I did such a thing, take my clothes off and that, I get it all mixed up. I see her asking me in the sitting room at Harold's, and I hear Harold coming shouting up the stairs.
You frighten me, Mrs. Calvert. You're so vulnerable.
Oh, I shouldn't be upset by that now. I know being old is childish, but it's not the same as being a child, is it?
No.
And a poor child, too. Oh, people say the poor are tough. Oh, they put up a good front, but I think it's very easy to hurt poor people. They were bound to be hard and quick-tempered.
But you had a right to be happy even if they couldn't.
Yes, well, there were some bad times. Terrible ones. When the police came to tell me that my daughter Iris had been killed by a lorry, I thought I'd scream and shout the house down. I always felt closer to her, you see. But you'd never believe the people that came crowding into the house. I suppose they always do with accidents. I couldn't care for appearances. I just cried and cried.
Good Lord, of course you did. What else would you do?
Well, nobody wants to give themselves away before strangers, do they?
Oh, nuts. Who cares about strangers?
Making a scene never does any good.
Ladies and gentlemen, your committee feels that we owe it to all of you who contributed so generously to the Save the Meadow campaign to give some account of how your money has been spent and what has in fact been achieved despite this very disappointing decision of the minister.
Nothing's been achieved. It's all ahead of us.
I'm afraid my friend Harold Calvert didn't altogether understand me.
I understand very well. You've ratted.
Please! Let Mr. Raymond tell.
We don't want to hear a pack of lies. I demand the right to speak, Madam Chairman. The aims of this committee are being totally...
My dear friend, that is just not true. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we have got Carshall's PRO, Jock Parsons, here. He's here to explain to you why the Development Board made this decision. Now, I think to have got the powers that be to recognise that they owe us an explanation is a great achievement in this bureaucratic age. Then you're a fool! I'm not going to argue with you, my friend. I would point out, though, that to prevent free speech hardly furthers the cause. We both have at heart. Thank you. Now, Jock Parsons is not the sort of chap to listen to professional grousers and bellyachers. He's a realist. He's come because he recognises that your committee has...
He knows he can fool you in that. That's why he's come here.
Shut up, Harold, and let's have a break. You can have your say later. Carry on, Herbert.
I want no animosity, Mr. Calvert. But I think that you should understand, and everyone here tonight should understand, that your committee has done a great deal of hard work in getting the principle recognised. No, I give up.
Make it perfectly clear that so far from having achieved victory, Save the Meadow Committee has sold out all along the line.
Will you sit down, please?
Let me speak.
No! In the meantime, I think it best if I now call upon Mr. Parsons.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Charlatan!
Ladies and gentlemen.
Get off the platform!
Once again, you're welcome to What's My Line, and let's straight away introduce...
Do hope Harold isn't letting himself down at that meeting, Arthur.
Isabel Barnett.
Good evening.
Barbara
Arthur.
Kelly. I say it's the first time we've ever had a Rear Admiral on the program. A warm welcome to Rear Admiral Roy Foster Brown. Good evening.
The board have always felt very strongly that if the town must develop and change, for development means change, then the principles on which the pioneer architects and planners worked must be respected.
That's a lie! A lie!
No, Dad! You haven't always believed that the best people to teach us our business were the servants of the county council.
Fraud! It's all fraud! Get off! Hypocrite! Beth!
It's a stroke, Mrs. Calvert. Seizure, really, if that isn't too old-fashioned a term.
He's going to die, isn't he?
Now, could rest in bed and plenty of attention. That'll put him right. For the time being, at any rate.
Thank you, Doctor.
Of course, he's not a young man, and...
Yes?
His mind is inevitably confused, of course. It won't stay that way. Now, don't you overdo it, will you? If the captain needs lifting at all, get one of your grandsons to help you. I'll find out what the district nurse can do to help.
Wait a minute, Dr. Higgett. I think I must go down.
Dr. Pickett, I saw your car outside. Thank goodness. Oh, well, what is it?
Your granddad's been taken ill, Mark.
It's Dad, Doctor. He's sick. We've got him downstairs. He's crying and... I've been expecting something of the sort ever since your mother... He came to see me because he hadn't slept for months. But would he take a sleeping pill? Oh, no.
Well, he's a bit hysterical.
Yes, all right. Well, I'll be right down. Like it or not, he'll have to take a sedative tonight.
Gran?
I'll stay with Arthur, dear. He's the important one.
I'll look in on the captain again tomorrow, Mrs. Calvert.
Harold.
Yes. Should have given him more good hidings as a boy, Arthur. He shouldn't speak to you like that.
Gran? Oh, you were asleep.
Yeah, well, I'm not a young woman, you know, Mark. It's very late. What is the time?
A little after 2. Dad's, sleeping. How's, Grandad?
Oh, he's sleeping too, so that's all right. Where's Ray, Mark?
Well, that's what upset Dad most. I mean, Ray's not being at the meeting. I've had to pretend to be back at any moment because I couldn't risk the shock that this might give him. It's from Ray. I found it in time to suppress it.
Sorry, all, but I've gone to London for good. You'll probably know why tomorrow. Don't think too hard of me, but after what's happened to Wilf, I can't stay on in Carshall. And I've let you down, Dad, about the meeting. But Mark'll be there, and he's worth 12 of me. Anyway, good luck. And don't care about it too much. Damn the lot of them.
I don't understand, Mark. Why should Ray be in trouble?
I don't know, Gran. But whatever it is, you can be sure that Ray's in the right.
Yes, of course, dear. I just don't know. What happened to Mr. Corney, anyway?
I phoned Wilf Corney's lodgings. He gassed himself last night. His landlady said Ray had phoned, so he must have known.
Oh, the poor man. He seems so full of life, Mark.
Well, he isn't now.
Poor Ray. Oh, dear, no wonder he was upset. Must have been awful for him not to be able to help. But he should have told us.
You're not to blame him whatever happens, Gran. Ray's the best of the lot of us, I can tell you that.
Blame him? Of course I shouldn't.
He's taken all of us on, and we have to stand by him now if he needs us.
Yes, of course, dear. But I don't understand. Surely you should have shown this note to your father. If he's worrying about what's happened to Ray, on top of everything else, I mean.
At the moment, Dad can't think of anyone but himself. Except Mum. I can understand how it is. But if Dad reacts to Ray's troubles in that way...
I see, dear. Well, as I said before, I'm not a young woman. We've got a very tiring time ahead of us. So I think I'll just get off to sleep now. Oh, I'm a light sleeper, so if your granddad wakes up, I shall hear him.
No, I'm not staying in bed, no matter what Piggott says. I'm sorry about Dad, Mother. I looked in on him. He's asleep.
Yes, dear, I know.
Well, frankly, it's a blessing in disguise. Keep him out of mischief a few days in bed. Can't afford any of the old man's little tricks at the moment. I shall have my hands quite full enough putting some guts into that Save the Meadow committee.
Dad?
Some people may say I went about things in the wrong way last night, but I've thought about it seriously, and I'm quite sure I did the right thing. Both Raven and Muriel needed blowing up.
I wish you'd just...
Any news of Ray?
No, Dad, but you can be sure he's gone away for a few days on business.
Oh, well, you can stop away. Your mother and I never asked anything of you children unless your heart was in giving it to us. If people don't feel as strongly about the iniquitous way the council's behaving at the moment, well, they're entitled to their opinion. Good Child's Meadow is not the centre of the universe, but at the moment it happens to be the centre of mine. As long as that's understood all round, I dare say we shall get along all right.
Dad, I may as well shift back here, if that suits you all right. So I'll just, pop over to the Foresters and pick up my things. I'll be back in time to help for dinner, so don't budge, Dad. You ought to be in bed.
In bed? I wonder if it ever occurs to any of them, with their feather beds of security and ladders of opportunity and hire purchase homes and all the rest of the claptrap, that some of us have to stay awake, however much it hurts, to make sure the whole pleasant dream doesn't vanish overnight.
I think I'd better go back to Arthur, dear.
I'm a funny chap, Mother. I'll go on trusting and trusting, but when finally my eyes are open, then nothing in heaven or earth will move me. And so that bitch Muriel Bartley's going to find out. If Beth had lived, Muriel Bartley would have stayed in the sort of subordinate position she's capable of filling in public life. When I think that all that...
Where the hell have you been? I might have been dead for all you care. Bloody cow. Bloody cow.
I've known Herbert Raven a long time. He's never had any real guts, but I didn't dream in my worst moments that he'd sink to last night's depths. I hope you don't suppose, Mother, that I've ever asked anything of them. Neither Beth nor I ever asked anything. Judy, Mark, Ray, not one of them hasn't thought of themselves. So if Mark wants to return here, if it suits him, that's all right with me. If he wants to treat the place as a hotel, Judy too, when she's not staying away with her grand friends. But Ray, I must say I never thought of... Well, he can stop away now. I don't care one way or the...
Shut up, Harold. I. You don't deserve to have such good children. I don't know a nicer lad than Ray. He's in some sort of trouble, and all you can do is to go on and on about yourself. They spoil you. Dad mustn't be worried. Mark hasn't even shown you this.
God, Mother. Oh, I miss her. We
weren't just any ordinary marriage. She was everything to me. And they don't care. Not any of the three of them. They don't miss her. They're glad she's dead.
Now, Harold, they're just growing up, that's all.
See, I can't get through to any of them, Mother. It's all a thick fog. I hate them. They hate me. I promised her. I promised I'd keep them together. And now they've all gone. I can't talk to them. They can't talk to me. I feel as though I was walking through a dark tunnel. I work and work to try to get out of it that way.
Oh, I don't think you can, dear. Not really. Not once you're in it. Just have to go on through it.
Supposing there's no end to it.
It's a bit of luck if there is, I think. At any rate, it was for me.
Come away from the tree, dear. It's dangerous here.
God's sake, leave me alone.
Dear.
I don't know why your brother Ray's misfortune should amuse you so much.
You silly old fool! Why on earth have you always got to meddle?
Mark, your father and I both want to know how to help Ray.
Why have I been kept out of this, Mark?
Ray... Ray... He never liked girls. If you wouldn't see that, he couldn't tell you. And you're not to say anything against him.
You mean that he's homosexual?
Yes, of course.
Ray?
Yes!
He's so popular, he's so good with the... Oh, it's the end of the world. I'm not entirely Victorian, you know, Mark. But I don't know that you'll want to hear all this, Mother.
Why shouldn't I? If it's going to help Ray. Oh, because he's a homosexual, you mean? I never knew how to pronounce it before. Well, you see the word nowadays so much, don't you, in books and things? I've never thought of it in connection with anyone I love, but... Well, there it is. We shall have to think about it now, shan't we?
You'd better read this, both of you. He left it for me at the Foresters.
I'm off up to London for good. A lorry bloke got picked up last week that was one of our lot at the Transport Cafe for nicking off lorries, questioning everyone. Inspector Prowse had a word with me. I never had anything to do with this bloke. They frightened Wilf so much he stuffed his head in the oven. See it all clearly now. Can't live here. Geoffrey's been telling me this for ages. It's only London that'll work for us. Not in trouble yet, and with good luck in London, shan't be. Geoffrey's address will find me, Bryanston Square.
Poor Ray. Poor Mr. Corney.
Yes, Mother. I'm sorry for that, too. He wasn't a bad chap. But he was always a queer fish, you know. Oh, what a world to get into. All this stuff about the police, those are pity. I'm not blaming Ray, but I think he's lost his sense of proportion. I shall go and see Inspector Prowse myself. We're good friends, and if Ray's in any trouble with the law, I shall soon get an idea of it. If not, he must come back home. I don't know who this Geoffrey is.
Geoffrey Lawshall, Dad. He's a London friend of Ray's. He's in the rag trade, too.
Oh, he's given very bad advice. If a community like Carshall can't help a decent chap like Ray to make a more normal life for himself, then we failed. We want him back, and we want him back with his family. So, well, I'm going to have to work overtime with term coming on, and And this business of Ray's and galvanising the committee into life again.
You'll put Ray first, dear, won't you?
Yes. Yes, I know I'm a goner. But I don't know why you're looking so glum.
Arthur?
When I'm down, you're up. This time, I'm going down for good.
Oh, Arthur.
So, dear Mrs. Calvert, just in case it may seem to you that time has caught up with you now that you're retiring, we've decided to give you an electric clock. You won't have to be an early riser for the rest of your life. You'll be able to ask for a late call.
Seems sad to say it, Mother, but one can't help thinking Dad's was a wasted life. He had genuine ability and considerable personality. He never settled to anything.
Settled to anything? A man who went into the war a normal, healthy young chap and came out with rotten lungs.
I don't mean to sound hard, Mother, but I think...
Dad's war gave him a disabled officer's pension and told him to find a gentleman's occupation even if he wasn't one. Didn't know whether he was coming or going.
No.
Oh, I've thought so much about it, Harold. We all laughed at Dad with his tales and his boasting. But what could he be? At least he was a character.
Yeah, it's very generous of you to say all this, Mother, considering the life he led you.
Oh, don't make any mistake, Harold. I'm not going to pretend. I should be better off without all the worry that he gave me. But what a thing to have to say after all these years. Then, not if it was my fault.
No, it wasn't.
I was so pleased when we got our first boarding house. He wanted better. I don't think he ever knew what a great thing it was for me marrying him, an officer. All I'd ever known was washing the front steps and carrying jugs of hot water up 4 flights of stairs. Started out on different floors, Dad and me. I'm afraid we always stayed on them. That was our lives. Oh. And then they say the good old days. No, Harold, you're quite right to be proud of Carshall.
My dear Mother, it's extraordinary that you... No, I don't know why I should be surprised.
I sometimes surprise myself, dear.
Sally Bulmer will be coming around for supper again this evening, Mother. We're redrafting some of the questions on the social survey of Carshall. It's a sort of status stroke emotion chart. Very valuable.
She's quite a regular visitor nowadays, Harold.
Sally? Don't know what I'd do without her nowadays, Mother. We'd quite like it, Sally and I, if you were able to help in drafting some of the questions. See, old people, you know, are part of Carshall town life. That seems a very interesting letter, Mother. You must have read it 10 times at least. Oh, that'll be Sally. Hey-ho.
From the estate agents, dear. They found me a little flat in the town centre.
Yes, he's waiting to see. I told him about the questionnaire.
Ah, there you are, you dear woman. Now, how would you like to manage the oldies for us? Visit to the Eventide home. Matron will have them all ready with the little answers.
I should hate it, Miss Bulmer. I didn't give up managing hotels to manage people. I want to put my feet up.
Oh, but we
Sally,
can't
I've been
have
thinking,
that.
question 8, won't do at all together unsettled.
Righty-ho, Harold. Well, let's look at it straight away.
Well, you see, the way we phrased it, they can only answer yes or no. So I think we want something deeper
I agree.
from...
I think maybe we ought to go into the whole thing more in depth instead of starting from that
They
question.
have to give a full answer.
Yes, I think so.
In good form these days, Mother?
Yes, dear, think I am.